Kumne is really releasing blockages. So Kumne is the practice, it's a mind-body discipline that on the first level helps you to release blockages. You say, I'm not aware of blockages. Well, the tension you feel in the body is a blockage. So your shoulder hurts, your neck hurts, something pressure. Some people are more sensitive than others, but to say you don't feel anything, that's really cannot be true. So everybody has some tension, everybody has some holding. It's like a blockage. It means the energy doesn't flow there as easily as it could. And why is it there? Never try to answer that question, because you can't come up with one reason. It's not because so-and-so did this to you, or the situation did that and that to you. It could be that the situation brings out what is already there. But how far that goes back, I don't know. It's not all personal. Could be part of the family, could be part of the ancestors, could be part of the culture, the food, who knows. Lots and lots and lots of reasons that together make it difficult for the energy to flow through the body. Another way you can test it is that when you contract, like if they're in a meeting, a certain topic comes up, you contract. It's your belly goes in, you're holding your breath. Or if you hear somebody's name that you have a conflict with, or an old memory. So this contraction that takes place, that is a blockage. It's the beginning of the blockage or a continuation of a blockage. But we are not at ease with everything that happens. It's because we have blockages, because we contracted in the past. Is that a personal decision? No, not at all. So don't worry about what the blockage is about. Don't ask why. Don't try to assign a reason to why you feel tense. There's accumulated tension in the body, and that causes you to be stressed. It's also, and that's a different way of saying the same thing, is that life is actually pretty intense. So many possibilities, so many aspects, and the element of time you don't have forever. So there's tension in life. You can never get rid of that. Many people who start relaxation, they think, all I need to do is get rid of the tension. It's impossible. Tension is normal, but the accumulation of it is not. So can you be at ease in tension? Kumne can help with that. You can go into the postures, and the posture is intense, but can you relax, which usually begins with the breath. Can you continue to breathe softly, evenly, slowly? Then you begin to relax. So the Kumne can help you to relax in the tension, in the posture. Stay in the posture. Hold the posture and relax. Pressure, release. Hold and relax without losing intensity. So in Kumne we're trying to release the blockages. They're on a physical level, they're embedded in our speech patterns, and they're embedded in the mind. So it's a big job, you might say, but not so much. The deepest core beliefs might be a little tougher, but in general, if you begin to breathe, if you do Kumne exercises, they're all expanding and condensing, so you create inner space, so that you can sense when a contraction is coming. Like you begin to hear a name and you feel everything is contracting. Contracting is very different than condensing. Condensing is normal. Condensing and expanding. Contraction is not. So you become mindful of the conditions that encourage the contraction. You don't want to get rid of those conditions. You want to be aware of them. Awareness is going to be your buffer. The breath is kind of healing it. But ultimately it's awareness. So ultimately it doesn't matter anymore if somebody's name is mentioned. I very often experience that, and not very often, actually always, compare how you feel at the beginning of a practice and at the end. If you start upset, and at the end of the meeting you're not upset anymore, it's because it's released. The blockage, the holding, the contraction is gone. And sometimes it's quite hard to actually try to become again the same like you were before, to muster it up and make yourself upset. It's kind of violence to yourself. So Kumne releases blockages. Why they're there doesn't matter. It's your job to clean them up, to release them, to not hold them, to not label them, to feel. If we are aware of the body and aware of feelings, then the flow of feelings will start and the blockages will become less. And you can feel the tension melting. So rather than thinking about what's the cause, try to encourage yourself to feel the tension melting. And then comes a very special exercise. It's exercise 3 in Kumne. Is tasting relaxation. Because the releasing tension, the releasing of the blockage is a feeling, is a flowing feeling. And that flowing feeling has a taste. Now you're really in Kumne, tasting the flow of feeling, tasting relaxation. Your being responds very positively to tasting feelings, to tasting. How do you taste? It's with your tongue, with your taste buds, as if you swallow it, as if you digest it, as if you assimilate it. You know how to taste. So Kumne is about releasing blockages, and it leads to relaxation and to tasting the relaxation. Later on we learn to accumulate that. It sounds all like a lot of things, but one builds on top of the other. So become at ease in your embodiment, and the blockages will begin to relax. Now remember, it needs time, so we wait in between exercises. We sit still, we follow the feelings. It cannot happen like that. And also it needs space, and that's why we do Kumne, to create inner space. And then allow the process of Kumne, especially of Ne, to do its work. And you get more and more at ease with yourself.